Thursday, September 30th, and this weekend, America's pastime said goodbye to one of its greatest of all time. Derek Jeter played his final game right here in Fenway Park. Logan Reaver will have more.
And later on, Madeline Avery will be sitting down with executive producer Madison McGahan to talk about this season of Emerson Channel Sports.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Mike Canalupo.
And I'm Christian Mudrick. So later on in the show, we're going to be here with Molly Miller, our beautiful cooking correspondent, to make some marshmallow creations. I don't know what to call them.
There's some cranberries involved, some syrup, some
Like
popcorn.
a bucket of syrup.
I don't know. I'm
lot.
interested to see how it could
all comes together.
Right?
Yeah.
You and Maddie will be at the demo set.
Absolutely.
Doing that. And then also some scary news out of Japan. A huge volcano erupted without any warning over the weekend, and over 38 people are...
It was devastating.
Yeah.
And then back here in the States, Anna Faris went on The Ellen Show and prank called her husband, Chris Pratt, while he was actually at Derek Jeter's last game. But
I haven't actually watched this yet, but I've only heard amazing things. Something about her pretending to be arrested.
Yeah, and not having pants on.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, but with more on the story about the volcano in Japan and the riots in Hong Kong, here's Claire Kerr.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. A lot certainly did happen over the weekend. On Saturday, a volcano erupted in central Japan. 200-plus climbers were on their way to the peak of Mount Ontake when the eruption came without warning. Hikers got trapped in thick ash and volcanic rock. At least 36 people are believed to have died and dozens have been seriously injured. An estimated 40 survivors were trapped overnight but made it down the mountain by Sunday. Over 1,000 firefighters and police and troops have been involved in the rescue process. They had to halt rescue operations Sunday because Mount Ontake continued to release dangerous gas, rocks, and ash. The rescue did resume yesterday. Mount Ontake has not had a major eruption since 1979. And in Hong Kong, a wave of pro-democracy protesters have surged the city and are refusing to budge. This comes as a response to China's decision to allow only Beijing-vetted candidates to stand in the 2017 election for chief executive. Thousands of residents have filled the streets since the weekend and are defying attempts of government and police action. Police forces have used tear gas, pepper spray, and batons against protesters. Over 40 people have been injured. These protests have caused traffic blocks and suspension of school classes throughout the city. President Obama admitted in a 60 Minutes interview on Sunday that the U.S. underestimated the threat posed by ISIS. When asked how the Islamic State was able to gain so much territory, President Obama directed the downplay of concern toward the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper.
I think our head of the intelligence community, Jim Clapper, has acknowledged that I think they underestimated what had been taking place in Syria.
The Intelligence Committee is objecting this claim. They say President Obama has had many options laid out regarding ISIS in Syria for the past 18 months, and the concern of ISIS did not come as a surprise. And 15 people were shot at a Miami nightclub early Sunday morning. The victims ranged in ages from 11 to 25 years old and are all currently in stable condition. A large party was apparently being held at the club when the shooting broke out around 1 a.m. The victims were transported to local hospitals, and some who required immediate attention were treated on site. Witnesses told police they heard about 100 gunshots. It is unclear how many shooters there were, and no suspects have been identified yet. Miami police forces are asking the public for help to provide any information in this ongoing investigation. That's all the news I have for now. Back to Mike and Christian on the couch.
Thanks, Claire. That's a crazy story out of Miami.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear that everybody's in stable condition, though. I want to know more about these protests in Hong Kong, though. How much longer do you think they're going to last?
I mean, they are very determined. This is the third day. They've been out there since early Sunday morning, and they are not budging, even with, tear gas. They have stood their ground, and it's sad that such violence has to come towards them when they're really just out there pushing for a fair democratic election, but a lot of disruption there.
right, Claire. Hopefully they'll be able to reach an agreement with Beijing. They're giving them a little bit of trouble. But,
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Claire. Now, on Saturday, it was beautiful out. I sunbathed. I tried to get a little tan. I ended up with a little sunburn. But today, I need a light jacket.
I know.
You gotta love the Northeast. Here's Northeast, or Lauren Fox with your weather update.
Hello, Christian and Mike. Bouncing back from a sunny weekend into a gloomy work week is never easy. This weekend had highs in the 80s, which made it feel like summer had not left us. But don't be fooled, it's almost October, people. It's time to bid that warm weather adieu and welcome this week's cooler temperatures. Today is going to be cloudy with an expected high of 63 degrees. With those clouds overhead, there is a chance of showers throughout the entire day. This morning, we will see some patchy fog with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Those cloudy skies will extend into tonight with a 20% chance of rain and lows in the mid-50s. The sun sets early at around 6:30 p.m. and patchy fog is expected. You might want to consider the buddy system if you're walking by the Charles River tonight. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain and an expected high of 63. Tomorrow night will be similar to tonight's forecast with patchy fog and lows in the mid-50s. Our 5-day forecast may look a little dreary, but that doesn't mean your work week will be. Thursday will be mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain and an expected high of 63 degrees. Friday will be partly cloudy with highs in the mid-60s, and Saturday will be mostly, you guessed it, cloudy with a 40% chance of showers and this week's high of 67 degrees. Now, before you say, rain, rain, go away, come again another day, remember how consistently beautiful it was for the first few weeks of the school year. We can't have it all. Don't let the warm weather get your spirits down and enjoy the comfortable coolness this week. See you on Thursday, everyone. Back to you, Christian and Mike.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Ooh, I almost just called her Northeast myself. So, Mike, I had the wonderful chance to host with Anthony Chase last Thursday.
Yeah, that's a dream come true for anyone.
For anyone. But the question on everyone else's mind, our entire audience, was where the heck were you?
I was a little busy. I'm actually going to be missing 5 episodes this semester, including this Thursday's. Here, take a look at what I was doing. You could get Nelson right now for no cost to you. Oh, Nelson, I know, buddy.
Any good kisses. Right on cue,
Do we need
Nelson.
to say anything else?
Okay, so let's talk about Lucy here. She's adorable.
Lucy is a 3-month-old lab mix, and I have a personal stipulation for anybody that tries to adopt Lucy. I need pictures of her at least once a month. The funny thing about that personal stipulation was that I ended up adopting Lucy.
Wow.
So what this is basically, I interned for this show called New York Live, which airs on WNBC in New York. And Bideawee, which is a local animal shelter in New York City, needed a new spokesperson. So they came to me. Why they trust me, I'm not sure. But basically, what they do is they put me on live television with people watching in nail salons and, you know, stay-at-home moms. It's like the perfect audience for me. And it's been such a great experience.
Give away puppies.
I get to give away puppies and also take everything I learned from GME and apply it to the real world. So,
Well, puppies are cute and all, but they'll never replace me and Maddie, right?
Oh, yeah.
We know. We know it's true. We know it's true. But we'll be right back with that interview with Madison McGahan.
welcome back. Now we're going to toss it over to Madeline Avery, who has a great interview with Madison McGahan about ECS.
Thanks so much, Mike. I am sitting down with Madison McGahan, the sports director of Emerson Channel Sports, and one of my good friends. Hi, Madison. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So I know we have a new season of Emerson Channel Sports, and I know you guys made a promo, and I believe we're going to be premiering it today. So let's check out that promo. world premiere. That was awesome. Loved it. I love the music. So much fun. So what went into making that, and basically, like, what can we expect from Emerson Channel Sports this semester?
Well, last year was our first year under Emerson Channel, so we kind of got our foundation and our footing down. So this year, we're working on expanding. We have a promotions team that's going to work strictly on promos for all the sports we cover. We live broadcast the volleyball and basketball games that are down in the gym and under P-Row. And then we also are working on social media coverage of all our field sports and away sports, such as like baseball, soccer, lacrosse. So we're really trying to get out there this year.
That's awesome. So I know, as you just said, you guys have already begun with your volleyball games. So how's it been going?
It's been going fun. We have a game tonight actually, starting at 7 p.m. Tune in, same website you're watching this on now. And it's been a lot of fun. We have a whole bunch of new talent this year, new crew positions. So it's gonna be a fun one.
That's awesome. So what teams are you covering? I know you said baseball, volleyball. What are you most excited for?
Well, we are, like I said, we are working with the broadcasts, the live ones of the basketball and volleyball games in the gym, but we are working on trying so hard to get coverage out on Roch, which is our away field, where the soccer teams and lacrosse teams play. And then, like I said, we're also building our team to cover the baseball games and softball games, which are a little more further off campus. Okay. So we're just trying to get ourselves way more out there, a lot more coverage, so that all the athletes get their exposure, all the parents get to watch their kids, and that Emerson as a community can see our sports that we have, because it's so unknown here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And where can we find all of the, the updates and everything? I know you guys have an awesome social media team.
We do.
So what social media should we find you guys on?
Well, we're on pretty much every platform. We have Facebook, we have Twitter. We actually have 2 Twitter accounts, one for our broadcast in the gym and then one for ECS at Roch, so our field sports. And then Vine, YouTube, Google+, all of it.
Thank you so much, Madison.
No problem.
So in the world of sports outside Emerson, Logan Reaver is here to fill us in on all of our sports news.
Well, it's finally over. Derek Jeter's playing career has officially come to a close. Although his final game was played at Fenway Park, it was what he did in his final home game that was beyond any sort of Hollywood ending.
Meek deals. Base hit to right field. Here comes Richardson. Here's the throw from Markakis. Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality. Did you have any doubt?
One of the greatest moments in baseball history by one of the greatest players of a generation. In his final game, which was played here at Fenway, Jeter hit an infield single in the 3rd inning, and that's how it ended. He was replaced by a pinch runner and left to a huge ovation by the Fenway faithful. Nothing but class right there. Are you ready for postseason play? Jordan Zimmermann is. Most pitchers that have already clinched a playoff berth have a casual start in the final start of the year, and they get some rest before the calendar turns to October. But not the Washington ace. He went all 9 innings and allowed 0 hits in the process, all of this in the final game of the regular season. The first Nationals no-hitter in history, the 5th in baseball this season. Safe to say Nats fans are pumped up to bring a title to the nation's capital. Later we'll check out the final out to save the no-no by Steven Souza. And when you have an action-packed weekend like we just had, we're going to have a lot of plays to choose from. Here are 5 of the best plays from a crazy weekend of sports. We start off with Nick Foles firing to Jeremy Maclin, who stabs the ball and catches it with one hand. A miraculous play right there. Take a second look on the final drive by the Eagles. They would not hold on to win the game, unfortunately. Then we jump to Baltimore, where it is Steve Smith against his former team off a tipped pass for Owen Daniels. He goes 61 yards to the house. The Ravens will go on to blow out the Panthers right there. And in the final seconds, it's the Buccaneers beating the Steelers on a touchdown to Vincent Jackson, who loses the ball trying to spike it, but it's all good. And then we go to the no-no saving play by Steven Souza, who lays out and saves the game. He's pumped up about it. Guess who else is pumped up about it? Zimmerman right there. And now we finish with the Derek Jeter play, a truly historic moment in Yankees history, and not to mention baseball history right there. To college football with some news coming out of the University of Kansas's football team. Charlie Weis has once again been removed. The former offensive mastermind with New England Patriots in the early 2000s was dismissed as head coach from the Jayhawks on Sunday. This coming less than 24 hours after a 23-0 loss to Texas. Clint Bowen, the team's defensive coordinator, will take the position for now. Weis had a 6-22 record in his 3 seasons with Kansas. That's all the time I have for you here today. Back to the couch.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Logan. So I was just curious, what are your final thoughts now that the Derek Jeter legacy is all said and done?
Well, that's a tough question to answer because, he's done so much for this game, but I think the way he went out was just nothing but Jeter. He was always clutch in the most clutch moments, and I just think it was the way to do it.
Always clutch.
Thanks so much for showing that Zimmerman no-no, by the way. My brother works for the Marlins, so we'll really just stick it right to him.
There you go.
Wait, so let's ask you, I'm going to stick it to you, really, because the Miami Dolphins are #1 in the AFC East because the Patriots, well, they blew it last night. They were terrible. What did you think about that game?
Well, I will say the Dolphins are also tied with almost everybody else, so I wouldn't give them too much credit there. But the Patriots,
it's a start.
It is. The Patriots were awful last night. I don't even really know what to tell you. They were just not prepared for that ball game last night.
We beat the Patriots week 1.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard.
It's like we might as
Don't
well
remind
win the
me.
Super Bowl. That's really the way that works. But okay, let's get rid of sports for a second. Let's talk about music.
Something that I can relate
Right,
to.
exactly. Okay, so it's fall, which means
Right.
songs of summer are done, right?
Forever.
But we have our picks for what the official song of summer was.
The summer of 2014.
And for me, without a doubt, it goes to Chandelier by Sia. Check, oh my, 1, 2, oh my. I just jam out to this song alone in my room about 5 times a day.
I will say it's got a killer music video, and I love that they use the little girl from Dance Moms. But I think fresh off the boat from Australia, the winner for this summer is Iggy Azalea's Fancy. Because, I mean,
I heard
we're
that you
so
could rap-
fancy. I can. Murder business, I can hold you down like I'm giving lessons in physics, right? You should want to drop it low and pick it up just like this. Cup of ace, cup of goose,
I
cup
could
of
say,
crisp.
oh, scream a Chandelier.
Yeah, you can
So
kind
we
of
love
do it.
we love these two, but there was one song that really kind of overplayed.
Hit home for us.
Right, and that
in the fall.
Right, and that's
Anaconda. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all these songs are so catchy. I'm not a huge Nicki Minaj fan. I think Sia is such a great artist.
She
and-
writes so many songs for
and
so many great
she's
artists.
Such an amazing person. But we'll be
Absolutely.
right back with cooking expert Molly Miller. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Everyone's favorite ditz, Anna Faris, got pretty crafty when she prank called her husband on live television. Margaret, what on earth happened?
I don't even know who that is.
Maggie
Thanks, guys. Sexy silver fox George Clooney is finally shacked up. That's right, the actor married human rights attorney Amal Alamuddin this weekend in Venice. The couple kicked off a series of ceremonies on Saturday night when the two said their vows. The festivities included a 5-course meal, a string band, and a star-studded guest list. In case this lavish night wasn't enough, George and Amal indulged family and friends with both lunch and dinner parties on Sunday. George and Amal were legally pronounced man and wife on Monday in a civil ceremony officiated by former Rome Mayor Walter Vitroni. So much to the dismay of middle-aged women everywhere, George is finally married, but best of luck to the newlyweds. And funny ladies, Ellen DeGeneres and Anna Faris teamed up to prank call Anna's husband, Parks and Rec's Chris Pratt. During a visit to the Ellen Show last week, Anna was dared to give her hubby, Chris, a crank call.
I'm going to tell you that I think I'm getting arrested.
Ma'am, let's go.
I know.
Out of the car.
No, just give me 2 seconds.
Ma'am.
I know. I'm coming.
Put your clothes on and get out.
Baby, I just was on my way.
Put your pants on and get out of the car.
Prank. Chris has been pretty busy basking in Guardians of the Galaxy glory recently and hosting SNL and raising their 2-year-old son. But I hope he takes some time to get even with his wifey. A memorial service was held this Saturday in San Francisco to celebrate the legendary life of Robin Williams. Robin was remembered by hundreds of family members and industry friends, including Danny DeVito, Bette Midler, Chris Columbus, and Ben Stiller. The tribute began with a speech from Billy Crystal, who also commemorated the late comedian at the Emmy Awards last month. Also speaking at the service was Whoopi Goldberg and Williams' 3 children, Cody, Zelda, and Zach. The musical portion of the memorial was led by Stevie Wonder, featuring San Francisco's Glide Ensemble and Change Band. The service was held at the Curran Theater with a reception at the Weston Street Francis Hotel. Williams took his own life at his home in Tiburon, California on August 11th. He was 63. So, Frozen, the story of a magic ice queen, talking snowman, and singing trolls is based on a true story. Now, crazy as that sounds, this is exactly why Disney is being sued for $250 million by a woman who believes that Frozen is a ripoff of her real-life story. Author Isabella Tanakumi, who also goes by L. Amy Gonzalez, is filing a lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company for plagiarizing her 2010 autobiography, Living My Truth. The lawsuit details 18 accounts of alleged plagiarism, including a village, 2 sisters, betrayal, and hands to the sky with sprinkles. Tanakumi is not only asking for that $250 million, but for a cease and desist of all Frozen media and products being sold or distributed. It seems like this storm will surely blow over because, like a spokesperson from Disney has said, this is beyond ridiculous. She needs to let it go. Now, this has been Magsmo with all the entertainment news you need to know.
Mags, Mo, Margaret, pick a name already.
Yeah.
Come on. Now, leave it to Ellen to make somebody do something as crazy as prank phone and call their husband that they were drunk and getting arrested. What would your reaction have been if someone close to you left a voicemail like that?
You know, I don't know if I would really believe it, though, because I could hear Ellen's voice in the background trying to be the cop. And Ellen has such a distinguishable voice, so I don't know if Chris would have fallen for this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fallen for it either. But maybe if it was you, I would start to get a little worried, though.
Oh.
Thanks a lot, Maggie. Now, listen to this. Popcorn, Balls, Maddie, Christian, Molly Miller. What a combo over there on the demo set. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Mike. Well, I don't know about you, Christian, but I am not such a great cook. And that's why we have the wonderful Molly Miller here with us to tell us everything we need to know about cooking. And Molly, I can smell, it smells delicious. What are you making with us today?
So we're making popcorn balls featuring cranberries, marshmallows, maple syrup.
Okay.
So let's just get right into it.
Okay.
So first you're gonna pop some popcorn, 1 or 2 bags, depending on what you want. So go ahead and just hand put these in.
Can
You want
I
to do
help
that for
you
me?
here?
Sure.
I wanna get some.
Go ahead and put that in. Make sure you don't get the kernels in there.
Okay.
And then while you're doing that, you just add cranberries around. Just have it evenly distributed.
And does it have to be cranberries?
No, it can be any kind of dried fruit you want.
Okay, except raisins.
If you,
Yeah,
I don't like raisins, so I would.
Raisins are nature's reject. We don't use raisins on GME.
Good point, good point. You could use chocolate chips too to make it.
Ooh, that would be good. I
Yeah.
can tell that would be delicious.
Yes. So I would recommend about a 3/4 cup of maple syrup and about a 1/3 a cup of butter, which is just like a pinch of butter.
Okay.
Put it into any kind of measuring cup you have. I'm using a mug because I'm a college student. I have
We
mugs.
all are.
There we go. So then we're gonna go take our marshmallows.
Okay.
Put them in the microwave. Have you ever microwaved marshmallows?
They explode.
They explode.
Right.
And I don't have a great track record with
She
microwaves.
doesn't.
So could you kind of give us some pointers on how to get
Safely.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So you're going to watch it in the microwave the whole time, and it's going to start to expand and get bigger and bigger. Before it explodes, stop it.
And okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Take it out. Stop. Take it out. And stir it, and it'll become a marshmallow fluff. If you're too nervous, you can just use marshmallow fluff.
You
But
don't
I
wanna
like it
ruin
to do it like
the
this.
microwaves in the common rooms.
Then you're going to get your hands a little greasy with some butter.
Okay.
So just rub that in. It's a good moisturizer. So we can use this if you really want to. We can get our hands a little dirty.
Yeah.
All right,
let's
so
do it.
everyone get a little butter on your hands.
Yum.
All right. And you would take what would be this melted marshmallow fluff and just
Okay.
put your hands in here.
Just kinda
and
mix
just
that up.
Mix that all up, and it's going to end up looking something like this.
I love butter hands.
Yeah.
And then
So can we make some of these into
so now we're going to make balls.
Okay, cool.
and just ball them. Like what
Ball
would be a
them.
good
I'd
an
say a
average
good
size
handful,
ball?
about 2 inches, good handful.
Okay,
if
so
you see any kernels, make sure you
2
don't get them in
inches
there.
of ball.
2
and
inches
then,
of ball.
And then we just kind of press them together.
Yeah.
make sure we get a nice mix of the
Yeah.
cranberry and marshmallow.
Sure,
So-
and then once you're done,
It's a ball.
Molly, where are you getting these supplies from? Because I know you mentioned they're
Yes.
cheap, and I love that, and I love
So-
cheap and delicious. But where were you getting your ingredients from?
any local grocery store will have all of these ingredients. Also, I got inspired by going to the Let's Talk About Food Festival, where they're featuring
great.
cranberries. That's where I got the idea. But yeah, they have all kinds of stuff, so it's really easy.
All
Get
right,
it.
move over. Fall 2012
oh,
cooking
oh.
correspondent coming through.
Whoa.
I think the line of the day there was butter is a great moisturizer. I'm gonna keep you guys. Like you can figure that out. I'm gonna run away as soon as possible.
Would you like one?
But yeah, of course I'd like one.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Christian
that's
make
all
this?
we have today
No, we
for
didn't.
marshmallow balls and craziness here at GME. Check us out on Thursday when I'll be sitting down on the couch with Kevin Seafried. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.